Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Trident, and today we are going to be going up to Manchester. Whew, I'm excited to go see Ronaldo play. That was our main goal. We're staying there like a night. We're going up there early, and well, it's a 4-hour drive, so we've got a long drive ahead of us, and that's why we're leaving early. We're just finishing up the packing stage, and we should be good to go. So let's get into it. Okay, we are on the way to Manchester now, and looking at the stats, Man United have a 55% win probability, 25% draw, and 20% loss. So, what do you think the stats?
I think the stats of it being rainy and a trip to Manchester are quite high.
Yeah, it's pretty right now.
Road trip, baby! Hopefully Ronaldo scores. He hasn't scored in 6 games. Longest drought, I think, of his... Oh, one of the longest droughts of his career, I think, to be fair. But, yeah. How do you think the game's going to go?
I reckon it's going to be a small margin. So I reckon Man United will win, but it'll be a small margin. It won't be massive, like 6-0. Maybe like 2-1 or 3-2, maybe.
Well, Brighton are playing actually well at the minute, and United can't seem to hold on to a lead, so we currently have some challenges. We're starting the game well. First half an hour is brilliant. We're looking sharp, and then we just seem to get a goal. We don't get that second. We run out of ideas a little bit, and then all of a sudden the other team feel that they can get back at us.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Harry Maguire's looked a bit sluggish recently. Bailly's back in training, so that might make a difference. I'd like to see Lindelof start today alongside Varane. I think that would be better. Alex Tellez probably to come in for sure. Shaw's looked a little bit shaky. The lows look good. So that'll be interesting. Sancho's been getting there. Not feeling Rashford at the minute at all.
Yeah, we've seen past few games Rashford. Yeah, he's scoring some goals, but in areas he seems a bit lazy. Like we've seen before, he just walked to the ball. He didn't even try to chase it. So I don't think Rashford could get a goal this game. Or he might, but he might just seem a bit lazy.
Yeah, the problem with him is that he looked really good on the right. He looked really good on the right, but he just doesn't track back, and I don't think it's just him. We got criticised by the Southampton manager the other day that our players, when they lose the ball, they don't work hard enough to get it back, because they're quite easy to play through. So I'm hoping those comments would kick him up the backside a little bit, because if your opposition manager coming to Old Trafford and he's criticising the work rate of your team, I would be playing that press conference in my team talks saying that you're a laughing stock at the moment. The other teams are basically mocking how hard you work, and that's embarrassing. One thing great United teams have done in the past, they've always outworked and outran everyone, and then the quality is shown through. We have the quality, but we're just not working. We're not working at all.
And we've seen players they're not really playing well for Rangnick. They know that he's not going to be here for the long term. He's just there for a little bit of time, and they think that he's not good enough for them. They don't have the manager boost, you know.
Potentially, I mean, there's been some reports coming out on the ground that they don't like his training. But, you know, all of that's kind of irrelevant. You've got to get behind whoever is in charge, because you're ultimately representing the club. Now, this guy, he is a tactical brain, but has he been a sporting director for too long? Potentially. He hasn't really managed a team since RB Leipzig, which was a little bit of time ago. Is his methods a little outdated? Are they, you know... It's not rocket science though. Sometimes to play well, you still got to go out and represent the shirt and run for a brick wall. And you can see there are players that are playing. I see Ronaldo the other game chasing back and doing Luke Shaw's running for him almost. It's like
You saw Luke Shaw in 2021. He wanted desperately to get into that England squad, and you saw his effort go up. Same with Maguire.
Yeah, there you go. This is the thing. So why do you need a certain manager, and why do you need a certain training, and why do you need this? If your motivation was to get into that England squad for the World Cup or for the Euros, why your motivation should be to do as best as you possibly can for the club that pays your bills. So this is where United fans will get a little frustrated, is that they threw the last manager under the bus, and I didn't think the last manager had the experience necessary for the job, and now they brought in a guy that has experience, and it's the same. So either we keep getting it wrong with managers, which is possible, or the players start doing it. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm more excited anyway. I mean, to be fair, I'd like to see us win, but I never got a chance in Ronaldo's first stint at the club to see him live. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I now went to Paul Scholes' testimonial before he came out of retirement, actually, and he scored the goal, and I thought, great, I finally got to see Paul Scholes score his last game for the club, and then they brought him out of retirement against Man City a year or so later, which was quite interesting. But I never got to see Ronaldo live, and then when he left, I didn't think I had a chance, and then now he's come back. Now I am very excited, so I have a strong prediction today that we're bringing all of these good vibes to Manchester and to Ronaldo especially.
Like I said before, that was our goal, to watch Ronaldo play. No matter lose, win, whatever the result, we want to see. We just want to go there for the atmosphere, watch Ronaldo play, and hopefully we do end up with good results.
Now Ronaldo is scoring. I can feel it. My prediction is he's scoring today. I know it. It's gonna happen. I had a dream about it.
You had a dream when you went to bed last night.
He's going to score. I know he's going to score. He's going to do it for me.
Do it for you, yeah.
Because I've been begging for him to come back all this time. Maybe we get to the stadium early, and if it's not too bad weather, and we'll be able to go round, see if we can find some fan camps.
Yeah, your reaction when Ronaldo signed for United, then that was
the greatest day in a long time. It's just been a shame that the season hasn't panned out the way it seemed like it might do after that transfer window, but that's been a bit of a downer. But you never take away that feeling. That's the thing, when you get a great feeling like that, and then people mock it, it's like, yeah, but you never take it away. When you say, well, we had 27 years under Sir Alex Ferguson of winning trophies almost every year, only 2 years out of all of that time I don't think we won a trophy, you'll never take that away. So when people say, oh, well, that's history, yeah, but I felt it. I had that. I had those moments. Yeah, we're rubbish now, but you've got to take the highs and the lows of a football fan. You can't always have it great. You've got City fans are buzzing at the minute, and they've had to suffer badly. They've had to go down a couple of divisions. They were down in the second, third tier at one point, and they were really struggling. And now, they're getting their rewards for that loyalty. Liverpool fans are 30 years without winning the league, and now they're getting the reward for that patience. Chelsea fans at one point were in the second division, they were lower than Fulham, and now they're getting their reward. So it goes around like that. Arsenal fans had a long spell where it weren't really working for them, and then under Wenger they had the long spell of doing well. So it happens. You can't always expect to be at the top, otherwise it gets I guess we were spoiled as Man United fans for 27 years, but what a 27 years. So I'm happy to maybe have a few years in where it's not working out so well, because one day it will happen again and we'll come back. And then all those years of suffering, people giving me abuse, will be worth it. I haven't been called a glory hunter for about 8 years, which is great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. It's been a long time since we've actually been to Old Trafford to watch a game. We've been on a few tours in between, but
yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to get tickets, and with my football commitments, it's not always easy to go up there, but oh man, it's wet day.
Yeah.
This is like storm conditions, so I'm just trying to
very
keep it sensible. Really, but yeah, this is a bit naughty.
So hopefully we will get there safely with this guy driving. I'm probably a better driver, I'll be honest.
I won't want to drive in this. I'm hoping that it just calms down for the game. So I want to walk around Old Trafford and find some other channel stand cams and get on there. That'd be great. I'd love to get to the stadium early enough when the players get there.
Yeah.
But if I could get a photo with Ronaldo, I think I'd die a happy man.
Okay, so hopefully we do get there, and we should see you at the hotel, I think. So
I'm sure we'll see him coming into Manchester, surely.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we'll pick this up.
With Tassy's car there.
In the journey.
That could be his car there. You never know.
It's coming from London. You know he lives in. You know he lives like in, I think it's Cheshire.
Yeah, but he could be on a holiday to London. You never know.
What time do they all get to the stadium? That's the question.
We can find that out.
It's not like 45 minutes before kick-off, that's for sure, and they ain't got to set the goals up.
Yeah. It's not like grassroots where you get there 40 minutes before, do a little warm-up and then get going.
Oh, this is shocking. Ugh, hope you got a rain jacket.
Yeah, I do. Right, so yeah, we'll see you there. So goodbye for now.
I'll pick this up on the way.
Right, we are like less than a minute away.
We are approaching the Novotel.
We are approaching it.
First impressions, I guess. Not sure how far away we are from Old Trafford. Don't think it's walking distance, that's for sure. But
probably a good 10-15 minutes away, I'd say, maybe.
Drive or walk?
Drive.
Yeah, that's something we've got to figure out.
Here we go.
We're going to give this a honest doctor's review.
Doctors, exactly.
So that's a pub.
Yeah, that's a pub. It's up here.
That's happy.
Oh, there's the car park. Oh, Tesla.
Tesla. Okay, just residence car park. So I might bang it there. Parking.
Right.
Reverse up. Motorway rainers. Dirty up the car somewhat.
Yeah, look, you can see the stains there. All over the car. Come on, hold up. Oh, so it can feel nice when you stand up. You ready? Alright, let's go.
I've got to stand up and stretch before I get all the bits out.
Yeah, got to do this. Oh, this is so nice. Oh. 3.5 hours non-stop. That's painful, honestly. Right, so we've got to get the stuff out, so hopefully you might see in the reception. So let's do it. In we're going. These little man bags in the hotel. Alright, let's get going. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. This is a nice place. Alright, going to the room now. Is it upstairs? Alright.
Gym.
It's got a gym.
Does workout thing. Take me all the way to upstairs. What's it later?
The up one.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go down in the basement, mate.
Oh.
329, so we're on the top floor.
We're on level 2. There we are. Where are we going? Number 3.
329.
Lift going up.
Right.
So there's only one key, so you can't go out on your own, mate. Can't go out and
Obviously, I wasn't planning to, was I?
partying.
Right. Did you say 329?
Yeah.
Okay. That's on the right. Here. Ooh. Close. Done. Oh, these bags. Right. Oh yes, it's got the little milk. Let's go. Probably gonna get a pot noodle. Yeah. In a minute, yeah. So, oh. Okay, we are in the room. First impressions, really nice. As soon as we came in, I saw all those. It's really tidy. The nice LEDs, purple lit. That was really nice. Personally, this is a good hotel at the moment. But I'm not sure if we're having dinner here or what. But we'll see tomorrow morning at the breakfast. But tonight we've got the game in a few hours. So
I don't think he stays at many hotels. It's about a 2 or 3 star at best. It's a bit drabby. It is what it is. I'm just staying over for the night. It's not great, but it will do. Yeah. If we're staying here for a couple of days with the family, I wouldn't recommend this particular room. But it is what it is. We just needed a bed. Get yourself on 2 beds. Get yourself on sport breaks. Get them tickets going. Yeah, not too bad. Maybe we'll pop downstairs in a second and
explore it.
Yeah, have a little explore. We're going to look at see what the logistics are for this evening's game, what time we need to leave. Maybe book a parking spot somewhere in a local car park that's reasonably close to the stadium, so we've got a small walk so we can soak up the atmosphere, but if it's trucking it down rain, it's not going to cause us a problem. But I'm going to go and investigate that now, and I'll let Dex wrap it up.
Okay, so I think the next video probably be us, or the next clip is going to be us driving to the stadium. And for now, we're going to be chilling out because that was a long 3.5 hour drive. So we'll see you then. Goodbye. Here we are, Stratford End. There's Ragnick, right down there at the bottom. Right, just get him there. Boom.
Game over.
Hello guys, it's the next day, and we're going to do our post-game analysis, so I'm going to go first, starting it, shall I?
tell me what you thought, buddy. I'll follow up. How did you think about the whole experience, though? Generally, about getting there a little bit early. Maybe we could have seen Ronaldo coming out of the players' entrance, because there certainly was a bit of a furore.
Yeah. So before the game, we got there like an hour or two earlier, and we saw loads of people crowding up. There was barriers there. It was the players' entrance, and you're walking around seeing what everyone was looking at, and then we heard a roar going on, and then everyone kept saying that they saw Ronaldo. So probably missed that.
Mind you, the crowd was about 8 people deep. We couldn't have got to the front. That's all.
Yeah. They've probably been waiting there for half an hour.
At least.
Right, so analysis. First half, I think we were a bit slow on the passing and getting out when we were playing from the back. Brighton had looked like more of the chances in the first half. What do you think?
I think we looked atrocious in the first half. We looked like a championship level team playing 4-4-2. I wasn't quite sure. I don't know what happened in the... I was sure Varane was meant to be in the starting lineup with Maguire, but I think he's pulled out and they've made a late change. Because he was certainly announced as starting, but it was clearly Lindelof and Maguire. Brighton had what looked like the best. Well, we had the chance for Sancho. That was a pretty decent effort. Ronaldo, I think I'd like to have seen him be a little bit more direct himself, but he's played in. Sancho could have hit it first time. De Gea's made a stunning save from that header. Again, one of the strengths of Harry Maguire is his aerial presence, and we're getting done in the air, and a couple of times really. But we just couldn't pass. We couldn't string 3 or 4 passes together. We didn't look like we had any patterns of play. We didn't look like we had any tempo. We kept wanting to play out from the back, which was frustrating the crowd, which I get, but we just couldn't get out. So we can't even beat a high press. That was frustrating. We could sense the frustration in the crowd on that. So
definitely one thing you can see from the stands better than on television is all the space. So on goal kicks, we could see there was lots of space for De Gea to pass it to Ronaldo. So that's what got the crowd frustrated.
Well, our wingers seem to just they're clearly being told to do a thing. Sancho and Elanga. Sancho did it a bit more, but both of them just hung back quite a bit. They didn't break into the gaps in behind. I don't know if that's deliberate to draw the fullbacks higher up the pitch, so players like Ronaldo and Bruno have channels to run into. That might be a tactic that they've done, but it just seemed like we went down blind alleys a lot every time we tried to play out, so that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, the first half, like I said, I think was probably on balance. Brighton had the better of the play and had the territory, really.
We went a bit defensive on corners and we went attacking on corners in the other half. So I don't think that would have worked out, because if everyone went up the pitch to take a corner, then where's the defence? Like, we looked at it, it was all empty in our half except from De Gea.
Well, I think that's only because Brighton do what we do, and that they recall everyone, so everyone comes back on a corner, so there's no point in having a couple of players sitting back defending nothing. So as long as you've got recovery pace, which you set that up, but there was some teams leave a couple of players up the pitch just to keep the other team thinking. But we bring everyone back from a corner. We bring everyone back to defend it, so the other team push everyone forward as well. So that's probably a tactic. Any surprises in the starting lineup to you?
Definitely that sudden change when it said Varane. I think Luke Shaw surprised me, because I think he's been playing Telles a bit.
Telles had COVID. Telles has started more, but Telles had COVID, so Shaw had started. But I think the surprise for us was that Pogba's actually been our best midfielder over the last couple of games, despite the fact we haven't got the results, but he has been our best midfielder, and he didn't start him. But I kind of think I know why, and I think a lot of fans know why, is that we've started games on the front foot, and for the first half hour, 40 minutes, we've looked like we're on top and we get our goal up, and then in the second half we go passive, and then we seem to surrender the tempo of the game. So it kind of seemed to me like the starting lineup was to see it out, don't concede in the first half, you know, be tepid, stay in the game, and then we finish strong. And you could kind of see that by bringing on Pogba and Rashford, and then even Telles. Telles was an interesting one because he put Telles on left wing in front of Shaw for more width and delivery, and he put Rashford out on that right, which was interesting. So we went very wide up top. I think he was a little slow on the sub, especially with Pogba, because when they went down to 10 men, that for me was the time. That, because we were then on top for 5-10 minutes, heavily on top, whilst they were disorganised and down to 10. If he'd have brought Pogba on immediately, we could have really taken control of that game and maybe got the next goal or two to kill it.
So we've already started talking about it, so second half analysis. What do you think of the red card?
Yeah, I think it was about fair, because Elanga's nicked in front of the defender, and he's right on the edge of the box. He's clearly going to get in on goal before the covering defender comes round. So it's hard. I mean, that's what VAR is used for, because initially the referee had called it as a yellow. But when you look at it on balance, is the striker going to get in on goal and get his shot away before the covering defender? Yeah, he is. So it has to be a red card.
It
So
did look like a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, he was in on goal, and like the covering defender was too far away. So yeah, it was a bit of a calamitous opening 10 minutes really in the second half for Brighton. They were the architects of their own downfall. But the funny thing is that even with 10 men, they were still a threat, and they hit the crossbar. They were still, and that's the worrying thing for us, is that we didn't kill the game off at that point when we went 1-0 up, and then they went down to 10. That's when I would like to have seen him make a couple of subs to really go for the kill. But we hung it out, and then we brought Pogba on with, I think, 25 minutes to go. But we'd lost that momentum, I think, from the goal and the sending off a little bit. But yeah, I think we controlled the game a bit more in the second half. But again, they had 10 men, and even then we still had everyone behind the ball. And even then, it seemed like it was too easy for them to get crosses into our box or long range shots. Again, they hit the crossbar, and I don't think De Gea's getting to that if it's under the bar. So that's a worry, down to 10 men, and could have come away with a 1-1 again. But you know, we need results at the moment, because performances, I think for us, performances will follow results. And what that means in football really is that you can't just turn up and play well. Confidence is a huge factor, and when you see how the crowd were at half time, they booed them off the pitch, or sections of the crowd booed them off the pitch, and sections of the crowd tried to G them up. And that is going to affect a player. Don't care who you are, how much money you earn, that is going to affect you. It's going to affect when you're passing. Are you going to take risks? We don't have enough players in midfield other than Pogba and Fernandes who take risks in their pass, who are very quick and direct. And players like Ronaldo and our strikers need that quick, instinctive football brain to create these chances. And it worries me when Pogba's not in that middle. We just look bang average. With McFred, we look so bang average in midfield. They don't have the vision or the quality really to play instinctive, quick, incisive through balls, and some of the through balls were very basic and were getting easily intercepted, and that was what was drawing so much frustration. So we just go sideways a lot when those two are in midfield, which is quite easy to shut out. So yeah, I think at the minute, if we can get a few wins, we've got Leeds on the weekend away, that's going to be a big game, and then we're into the Champions League with Atlanta. So is it Atlanta? Atletico. Beg your pardon, Atletico. Yeah, so we're in a Champions League, so we need to get wins. Once you get wins, the rhythm comes, and the players start to stroll, and they have a little bit of a buzz. That group of players certainly are very capable of going on a 5, 6, 7 game winning streak. We've seen them do it under Ollie a couple of times, where they just went on a mad run and finished the season super strong. Last season finished second. So it's they're well capable. They've got the firepower all over the pitch. You've got one of the best keepers in the world. They've got one of the best centre backs with around. If we can keep him injury free and pair him right, I'd like to see him paired with Bailly for sure. Get Maguire to really wake up about his performances. I'd like to see Pogba get in there all the time. I'd like to see Matic get a run of games. But we've got the firepower to really go on a winning run. But the big concern is that we've come into the end now of all of those easy games that we had, and we didn't pick up as many points. Maybe we could have, but Spurs are looking a little dodgy at the minute, and Arsenal can be up and down. So, and it's West Ham that we're fighting with. So still all to play for.
So we had that first goal. I think the red card was after that, but it's a good goal from Ronaldo. Players in the right positions. We've seen a lot of fakes though when they've had a shot. So I think Ronaldo sort of faked the defenders and took a shot. Same with the second goal. Bruno Fernandes did that brilliantly.
Yeah,
made the
goalkeeper down.
Yeah. So
I can see Ronaldo's still lacking a little confidence, because there was the goal was great, but the two headers that he missed were sitters. The one the keeper's made a good save, but it's right down the pipe of the goalkeeper. He's got to save that. The second one where he's headed it wide, I'm surprised he missed that one. But there was another opportunity. The keeper's played the ball out weak, and Ronaldo's picked it up on the edge of the box with the keeper kind of well off centre. A more confident Ronaldo gets out of his feet and slams it in. But he's been hesitant a little bit, and I think we saw that in the first half with the first chance. Actually, in the first few minutes, he was in an offside position. The ball got played forward. The Brighton centre back's taken a touch, which has gone behind him and played Ronaldo in. And Ronaldo, rather than be more confident and directing go himself, he's played in a good ball to Sancho. But a Ronaldo who's bang on form on a 5-6 goal scoring streak goes alone and shoots there. I think in both instances, so we need to get that guy back for sure. Hopefully that goal last night and that performance would do him the world of good.
So the second goal, last kick of the game really. Pogba did well there, took the free kick quickly, no questions asked, played it straight to Bruno Fernandes. That's the problem really. You can't have every single player on the pitch. I think you should have like at least two defenders back, just in case if something like that happens. And
well, they were pressing to get an equaliser, which is understandable. They had everyone up the pitch. We've broken. They fouled us on the break, but quick fit again. And it's the difference between world class and just very good. Pogba's got a world class brain. Sometimes maybe his performances don't live up to his talent, but he has got a world-class brain and he thinks very quickly to play that in. Some players might have just slowed that down, taken their time, trying to run the clock down, don't take a quick free kick, whereas he's thinking, no, let's get the second goal, because 1-0 against 10 men, yes, you've got the win, but it don't look good. But to send the fans home with a second goal, 2-0, Bruno, he's happy, looks a little better on the eye. That result then, and it kind of, you get a little confidence boost out of it. So it was just really good thinking.
I think that Brighton game is a pretty important game for Ronaldo, because that was his first goal in 6 games.
That was his 7th match. His worst goal drought in 13 years. Yeah,
and it was important as well because pretty much first win in a few games. I think we could have done a little bit better. Maybe we could got another more few goals.
Well, it's just confidence,
especially in the Southampton one.
Yeah, it's just confidence more than anything. At the minute, when a team is low on confidence, and the players. I mean, you've got to understand that people are human beings, and a lot of the time we talk about how much they're paid. But that bank balance isn't running around the pitch for you. Just because you're on £300,000 a week, that's not doing the work for you on the pitch. You've got 75,000 people who are groaning every time you misplace a pass. And you're only 21, 22 or whatever. I don't care who you are, what you've done, what you've achieved. That's gonna grain on you. That's gonna create issues. And it only takes 2 or 3 players in the team to be not quite on form or in sync or having some confidence crisis, and the whole thing breaks down because that quick slick passing isn't there, those passing patterns aren't there. you see a big difference in teams, like especially United. When they go a goal up, all of a sudden everyone wants the ball, everyone comes to the ball, everyone comes short, everyone wants to get on it, everyone wants to spray it, everyone wants to just play around. When there's a bit of tension in the team, it's almost like no one wants to come looking for a pass. Everyone sort of just holds off a little bit, holds their position. It's almost like they're not brave enough to come and want it. But only the top players will always demand the ball. But what we saw when Pogba came on, and certainly when we went a goal up, all the players started to want it, and they're playing a lot more 1-2s, quick football, a bit slicker. But at the minute we're not quite there, so we need to get a couple of wins under our belt, I think, if we can, and then maybe we'll start seeing that real form come in.
Okay, so that was our match road trip up to Manchester. We're still 2 hours and 52 minutes arriving to go back home. So thank you for watching. If you got this far, it's a pretty long video. We've enjoyed it. Definitely recommend going to the Stretford end because that was good atmosphere. Yeah, I hope you subscribe to this channel and more videos to come out soon. Next game is
Coming up
Sunday, I think it is Saturday.
Yeah, we're playing Leeds away at the road on Sunday too. Yeah, maybe we'll do a reaction video on that before the game.
Okay, so
or after the game, so.
see you in between or at that game. Bye bye.